Hello everyone. Well, different format tonight. It's taken a while to make this one actually. Started out with 5 pens, now we're out to 9. I've got some things to show you and we're going to have a bit of a chat about the different pens that we have here because they're all incredible, but there are huge differences in the prices. And I think it's about time we looked at them and we had a good think about what we feel about those prices. Let's have a look at what's on the paper because that'll tell you what's coming up. Let's go right now. All right, so here is the paper. And here they all are, all lined up in a nice row there. That's a lot of Konpeki, isn't it? Yeah, not enough Konpeki, more Konpeki. Anyway, let's zoom in, have a look at these. See if there's any peculiarities of them that you think might be unique to a certain type of pen. Anyway, let's have a look. So the first one there, quite broad, quite juicy, bit of line variation. Next one, not as broad. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of line variation, but yeah, not as much. Third one there, quite similar to the second, maybe. Bit of line variation at the end. What do you think? All right, this one here, is that one there? Yeah. So that one seems to me to be the juiciest so far. Maybe the top one. I don't know. What do you reckon? Should we zoom in a bit more? Have a look. It's very smooth, isn't it? Very smooth, very wet. All right. Last few. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, looking at them, they're all quite similar, aren't they? I mean, some are broader than the others, but they're all very reliable, right? Like the ink doesn't stop coming out, or you don't have any skips or anything like that. Yeah, they're all pretty rock solid. So if I was to tell you that among these 9, there are 2 pens worth about $10 each. There is one pen that's just under $1,000. We're talking Australian here. And there's another one around $600, $620. There's actually quite a decent range, all the way from 10 to 950. Do you reckon you can tell the difference? Which is the expensive one? Which is the most expensive one? What do you reckon? Can you guess? All right, well, there's only one way to find out. You know what that is? We're going to get the pens out and we're going to go and do a reverse chronology. Yeah. We're going backwards, people. Let's go. All right, well, let's get this started. What do we got? It's a Wingsung 630. It's a Raden special from 365 Day Stationery. It's got a number 8 nib, as we know, they all do. It's got the 14 karat gold. It's got the heartbeat nib. It's got a Junfeng grind, so it's a Nagi Naratogi or a Zoom style. It's a broad and it's super duper pretty. But what does it write like? Well, here we go, I guess. Let there be no doubt. All right, so we'll do some loops. And a few chunky lines like so. What are we going to do? Top to bottom. Like that. And not much else. Gorgeous. How much is it? I hear you ask. Well, it's a fair bit more than it used to be because it's got that really nice nib and it's got that really nice rad in there. So that one's about $280, I think. Yeah, you know what? It's more than that, but let's just pretend it's 280. I think that's not counting the rad in. Anyway, let's move on. Number 1. What's up next? It's one of the cheapies. Did you catch that one? So what is it? Any idea? All right, this is the Jinhao X159. Again, it's a number 8 nib. It's a steel, and it's $10. $10 for this pen, right? It's cartridge converter. Again, it's Konpeki, but hey, let's get the ink on the page. You can see what it looks like. That's it. Bad for $10, hey? It's pretty good. All right, next. Here's one of the more moderate ones. Here it is. Now, this one's actually been quite controversial the last week or so. Let's just do some writing with it. We'll talk about this in a minute. So, first up, it is number 8 nib. Yes, we know. All right, so where is the controversy? Well, it's been assumed by a lot of people, myself included, that the feed in these pens is Ebonite. And, you know, you might be forgiven for thinking that because it doesn't look like your standard plastic feed, and the ink flow is really sublime for this price, right? So especially with a steel nib, you kind of think there's got to be something else going on in there. But as it turns out, it's just a plastic feed. So yeah, it's a plastic feed. It's the C80 steel nib by Asvine. It's about 70 Australian dollars, and it's wonderful, yeah. But it's got a plastic nib. All right, so let's put that away for now. What was it? It's about $70. Yeah, that's right, $70. What's up next? Well, this is the most expensive of them, or maybe. Let's just say it's one of the pricier ones. All right, so let's get it out here. Let's get on with it, eh? So, got to be careful not to push too hard with this one. I know I've been pushing a bit harder on the other ones, but just to try and even the playing field a bit. Because as you can see, this one is particularly juicy, isn't it? I mean, it's a broad and it's a Pelikan, so it's always going to be, yeah. And sublime, isn't it? So this is the Pelikan M1000. It's got a broad nib, two-toned. It's got that classic green barrel. It's not translucent, so this is one of the more modern ones. And as you can see, it's very, very wet. The feed here, I'm going to say is, well, let's just say it's Ebonite. I don't know to the contrary, and I tell you what, I'm not going to test it out by putting in an acetone or anything silly like that. But at the moment, I really, really, really think this is an Ebonite. But I'm not sure, you know, and I've got to say that. All right, let's move on to the next one. So, oh, no, how much is this one? Well, this pen in Australia, you can get it for under $1,000 Aussie. So about $950 is what you would expect to pay for this in Australia. All right, let's move on. So yeah, one of the more expensive ones. definitely the most expensive so far. What's up next? Well, here we go. So this is where the controversy gets to a head, right? So this pen is a Majohn, or Moonman, if you want to call it that. It's a number 8 nib, and it's another one of those fairly low-cost number 8s from China, right? So this one's got this beautiful piston, really, really well made, amazing nib, super juicy. Let's just keep going. So let's do the writing and see what happens next, okay? So we're going to go, yeah, here we are. Whoa, look at that. All right. So what's the go with the controversy? Well, it's only just recently that the C80 was exposed as having a plastic feed instead of the Ebonite feed, yeah. And there's been quite a bit of chatter on YouTube and other sites saying that this P140 gets its mojo because of its Ebonite feed. But guess what? It's plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. I don't think anyone's noticed that yet on YouTube. But yeah, you know what happened? I contacted Sally at EasyBuy, who is the owner of Asvine, and I asked her about it, and she said, yeah, you know, the Asvine feeds, yeah, they're definitely plastic. And I mentioned, you know, similar thing about the Majohn, and she said, no, they're plastic too. She did then mention, of course, that the C2000, the earlier version of this pen, but in an Ebonite body. So that one has an Ebonite body, an Ebonite, pretty much everything else, but it still has a plastic feed. So there you have it. So what are we doing here? We're saying this one here, this latest one, right, is the number 8 Moonman, and two up from it, we've got the C80. So again, no Ebonite. So these two pens, this one's about $60, right? This one here, the latest one, the Moonman's about $60 in Australia, and the Asvine's around the $70 mark, right? So yeah, a fair chunk cheaper than the, well, let's not say cheaper. Oof, I always do that, right? I like that word, actually. Yeah, so the number 8 nibbed M1000 from Pelikan in the middle there at about $1,000 compared to $60 and $70 between them there. Pretty amazing, really, isn't it? And then you look at the second one here, and that one was only $10. Yeah, so $10, you can have 100 of those for the price of one of these. All right, but you know what? I'm just yabbering along. We need to keep going because we'll never get through these pens if I don't get on with it. So caps are back on. Let's go to the next one. What have we next? Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Here it is. PenBBS 559 with size 8, 14 karat nib. There's the A-line, no, it's the B-line nib, but it's pressed. So it's not a hand engraved nib. It's just pressed nib. All right, so tell you what, I'm just going to pause this for a sec. And yeah, there by that magic, got rid of that dollop of ink that was getting on my nerves there. All right, so here it is. PenBBS 559. And what are we going to say about it? So, wow, look at that. I'm off page, aren't I? Sorry. Yeah. See the feed there's just giving us a little bit of extra juice there. So naughty. All right, big on. And then a couple of lines underneath. There we are. Isn't it nice? Piston filled, Damascus zirconium, 14 karat gold. Not hand engraved, it's pressed. Which one is it? It's the 23 grind. Ah, man, I hate that. I should know. Anyway, it's the really nice one. They're all really nice. What am I saying? Stop talking, son. Just get into it. Next one. Next. Oh, no, not next. How much? It was about 620 Aussie dollars for this pen, hey? So not super duper cheap. I mean, not all that low cost. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything about this pen is gorgeous. It feels really nice, writes really well. It's just like nothing you've seen before, isn't it? Yeah, fantastic. All right, what's up next? We have this one here. Look at that, the Montblanc 149. Not the broadest of nibs, but hey, let's see how we go. So, what have we got here? We've got, wow. Right down. Beautiful. Well, isn't that nice? Montblanc 149 is a 1,600 Aussie dollar pen. But this is not a Montblanc 149. This is a counterfeit Montblanc 149, under 50 bucks. Everything about it is pretty much the same. We've got the piston in here, we've got the display window in there, we've got a size 8 feed, maybe size 9, depending on who you talk to or what your tape measure says. And the nib here is steel, so it's not gold at all. But for a counterfeit, it's pretty good. Don't you reckon? I reckon. Huh. All right, so let's put it back on. Oh yeah, plastic feed, of course. Plastic feed, 6-pointed star. All the dimensions are identical. Why didn't I get out my Montblanc 149 to do this? Because I do have one. Currently, my Montblanc 149 is in India. Why on earth is my Montblanc 149 in India? I can't wait. Da-da-da-dum. It's secret. You guys get to find out in a few months. Oh, that's it. Another clue, isn't it? All right, well, let's leave it at that. Probably get a few more clues over the next few months, so it's pretty exciting. All right, what's up next? What's up next? We've got the Jinhao 9019 Dadao. I don't know what the Dadao means, but yeah, Dadao Jinhao 9019. It's a, come on, man. There we are. Whoa, lots of wetness there, hey? Needs an exclamation because it's so juicy. Yeah. That is so wet. Whoo. Okay. And last one. So, you know how much this pen costs, don't you? Any idea? Well, it's another one of those $10 pens. 10 bucks. Yes, $10. So it's another one of those pens where you can have 100 of them roughly for one of these. 100 to 1. Pelikan M1000. Jinhao Dadao 9019. Both number 8 nibs. The The 9019 only comes with a medium though, right? So that here, this last one there is a medium nib. Let's have a look. So up here, this one here, that's the Pelikan with a broad nib. They're pretty good, eh? And I'll tell you what, that is not 100 times worse than the Pelikan. It just isn't. They're both amazing. Yeah, they're really, really nice, aren't they? All right, one to go. One to go. And seeing as you know which pens have been in this, it's probably no surprise, but here we are. It's a Hongdian. Which one is it again? Oh, yeah, the A9. That's right. So this one is number 8 nib, steel, of course. Ebonite feed? Yeah, Ebonite feed. It's not a piston. This one here is a cartridge converter. And the rest remains true. So this is, wow. Konpeki is best. You know what? That's it. That's it. You've gone through all of it. How much is the Hongdian? That's the last thing I didn't tell you, isn't it? These are about $40. $40. What do you reckon? Which is the best value? Which one? Which one's the nicest? If you had $1,000, well, you know what? No, if you had $1,000, you'd probably buy the $1,000 pen. Yeah, I don't know. Would you? Or would you buy a whole bunch of the other ones? I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure what I'd do. I might get a whole bunch of PenBBS 559s. Because you know what? There are so many types that you are yet to see. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm such a PenBBS fanboy. You're a legend. Oh, absolutely a legend. Beanie Zhang, you're fantastic. Fantastic. So impressed. So impressed with all of you, though. You guys are amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you know, this will make it easier for you to see and understand what the prices are like, yeah? Let's just do it that way. So we've got the Wingsung at the top there, Australian bucks, $280. So that's this one here. That one's pretty pricey. These guys are both lower, so this one's 10. This is one of the, well, is the cheapest of them, so $10, and this one's $70. So this one here and the P140, so this one, they're the ones that everyone was saying, whoa, they're so good, they're amazing, they're so wet, it's all that Ebonite on the feed, but it's not, it's just plastic, but they're both incredible. So yeah, what makes them so good? Not really sure, but they're great, aren't they? They really are. All right, so that's the second one, the $10 one. We got this one here that's 90, no, 70, I can't read. That says 7, isn't it? Yeah, so 70. So that's the third one, that's this one here. Then it's the priciest one. We got the Pelikan M1000. There it is, $950. So yeah, it's the broadest of the lot. It's a paintbrush. It's amazing to play with. Like, it is just so nice, I'll tell you. The P140 then, $60. Moonman, that is. And then PenBBS 559, pen of the day. Oh man, I love those pens. Oh, such a fanboy, as I keep saying. Thank you, Beanie Zhang. And then the last three, we have the fake Montblanc 149. Yeah, this one here. So that one, around $40, I think. Really depends. Like, they're quite new, and the price varies quite a lot on AliExpress at the moment, right? Shouldn't be spending that much on that pen, really, to be honest. I think there's far better, even just in this list. Next up is the 9019. So this, the Dadao, speak of the devil, like this is $10. $10. Gigantic converter, a gigantic volume of ink in this entirely redesigned, cartridge converter. And, you know, semi-translucent, number 8 nib, writes incredibly well, as you can see, and it's only $10. That is insane, right? And then the last one, we have the Hongdian A9. Again, it is a number 8. It's a cartridge converter. This one has an Ebonite feed. So this is the lowest cost number 8 pen that has an Ebonite feed of all of my pens. Boy, oh boy, isn't it deliciously juicy. So nice. All right, so there we are. You see all those at once? Yeah, you can always freeze frame it. Oh yeah, who knows? All right, that is it. Bye everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever it is you're doing. Ta-ta.